Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Only Disney can ruin a slam dunk movie like Snow White. Unbelievable. You couldn't make this stuff up. A movie that was a surefire hit is now being moved about everywhere just to save it from flopping. See what happened when you cast woke actresses that don't know when to shut their mouths. I know it's bad. I know I'm not saying bad things. It's horrible. They just don't know when to be quiet. And what happens when you start talking and you start insulting your audience? It puts people off of going to see the movie. This movie could be great. We all know it's not going to be great, but it could be great. They could somehow save it with, guess what? Popcorn buckets. Yeah. Who would have believed it? Popcorn buckets will be the saving grace of Snow White. I don't believe it. I think over the years, I've seen like the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket that look good. I mean, they become collectibles, and that's the one thing about certain things like that. They become rare and collectible, and what people do, they'll buy all the different versions, keep them for a while, keep one for themselves, and then put the rest on eBay, and they start to make you money. But I don't think this will be something that could save the whole movie. Like that, this is absolutely ridiculous. That couldn't offset the cost of the movie. The popcorn buckets. Whose idea was this? Homer Simpson's? This is ridiculous. This movie's been plagued with trouble from the get-go. But it's something that's just so easy to do. I mean, look at Beauty and the Beast. All you have to do is take the original cartoon and remake it frame by frame in live action. It couldn't be any easier. They overcomplicated this. It's like, how can we make this more complicated? I think when you try to change the source material and try to make it woke, guess what happens? You go broke. And they're trying to put in all sorts of woke nonsenses, all sorts of messaging into this movie, to a point it's literally might be unrecognizable apart from its title. And that's going to be a big problem on Disney's behalf. When people go to watch this movie and then be like, why did you change it so much? Things don't need to be changed to the extent that Disney is going out their way to change them. It's unbelievable. It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's crazy. I just can't get my head around it, man. You just can't think to yourself like, it's very simple. This is what you do. Aladdin, that was very easy to do. Yes, there were some race swaps here and there, but the story in itself stayed intact. It wasn't that much different from the original story. Even the songs were the same. So you kind of wonder to yourself like, why are you making your life hard for yourself? And here we have it again, like popcorn buckets. Like really? Oh, they're in 5 different colors. Oh wow, that's gonna be great. I mean, it's different. Coming from the look of it, they look different, but I don't think this can save the movie. It depends how much they cost, and if people would like it that much to spend the money on these popcorn buckets. Oh, God help us. These dwarfs look so uncanny valley. It's unbelievable. There's a point where they just look strange looking. You know, and I would like to see how they look amongst real people, because they look weird. And you know, you're gonna have them interacting with human beings that are actual human beings, and they're CGI, and they already look weird. So we see how that goes across or comes across, and then you know, you gotta wonder, why didn't this hire dwarf actors in the first place? You know, that what's the wokeness in this? Why didn't you just hire dwarf actors? Is it Peter Dinklage and his tirade that scared them away? 'Cause at first, when this was, you know, introduced to the world and said they're gonna do this movie, he came up and said, "Oh, don't do that. It's backward and this and that." I would have bet my last penny, if he was an up and coming actor, he'd be the first one to be like, "I want that role. I want it." But no. He don't want people to have roles anymore. Only he must have the roles. That's the way he is. You can see it in the way he's speaking. He's like, "Whoa, more of these guys are coming up. I was meant to be the only one. Okay, how about we try and make it hard for them to do this movie?" that's what it looked like. His plan was like, yeah, look at this. Look how weird they look. This is unbelievable. God help us. God help us how this is gonna look, man. Hopefully this ain't the final render of these dwarves, because everything looks off. Rachel Zegler. Oh dear. I guess Disney just wished they never hired her. She just keeps opening her mouth and digging a hole for herself and digging a hole for this movie. Well, the way things were looking like it will come out in March, but I think it's going to be pushed back, delayed. So from March, you know, it takes about maybe 3 months from the theatrical release, 3-4 months. And knowing them, they'll try and knock this on Disney Plus around about November, December time, you know, to cash in on the Christmas. That's what the plan looked like it was. It might still be the plan. They still got the time to do that. It can still work in that way. For Christmas time, they at least have some movies to warrant your Disney Plus membership. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, from the looks of things, this movie isn't going to do well, but stranger things have happened, but I don't have much hope for it, but let's see. Anyway, comments. Bye.